Joining us now is one of Khalil's lawyers, Bahar Azmy, the legal director of the Center for Constitutional Rights. Thanks so much for joining us. What does this ruling mean for Khalil right now? Could he be rearrested or even deported as you fight this decision in court?
No, I think an important caution to all the viewers is that the ruling doesn't take immediate effect. It instructs the district court to eventually, when the process is concluded, dismiss his constitutional claims, his habeas petitions in federal court, but they are not lawfully allowed to act on this decision until the appeals process is concluded.
So what are the next steps?
There's more to do.
Yeah, tell us about that. What more is there?
He has a range of legal options available. I think it's notable that, as you suggested, this is a split decision with a very powerful dissent, reflecting that this decision is contrary to two other courts of appeals. So there are options to ask the full court to review, and there are options to go to the Supreme Court. We're still deliberating, but Mahmoud remains committed to fighting every legal avenue available and to protect his rights and the rights of others.
We all remember his case. It was so high profile. It was so shocking, frankly, at the time. We remember him in detention as the birth of his child took place. He couldn't be there. He's been out. He was freed for a few months now. What is his life like right now, especially given his fate still hanging in the balance?
You know, up until yesterday, he was living like this pretty joyous and productive life. They have a beautiful son, Dean, who's now crawling, who was born in detention. He and his wife seem to be thriving socially and professionally. And they always had in the back of their minds this possibility. I mean, we have the entire apparatus of the United States government working together to deport him under a policy, by the way, that every court, including the district court in this case, said is unconstitutional. And I think he's bearing the weight of nobly of his advocacy on behalf of the Palestinian people and what they've suffered over the past 2 years.
The State Department publicly celebrated this new ruling, saying it's a huge win for the Trump administration. Even had Secretary Rubio chiming in with a post online writing, quote, here's our stance in simple terms. If you sympathize with terrorists, your presence is contrary to the national and foreign policy interests of the United States. You are not welcome here. What's your response to that?
I think it was summed up well yesterday by a federal district judge in Massachusetts, a Reagan appointee, evaluating the unconstitutionality of this whole policy. He called it authoritarian, a conspiracy between Noem and Rubio, and suggested that this reflects a fear of freedom. Imagine how cowardly it is, rather than to debate someone on the merits of their position, which is opposing the U.S. participation in the slaughter and starvation of Gazans. Imagine instead of doing that, trying to imprison and deport someone. That's what autocratic regimes do. That's the definition of arbitrary detention that you would see in Saudi Arabia, Iran, or North Korea. Meanwhile, bona fide people charged with terrorist-like crimes, the January 6 conspirators, walk free. So we understand the ideological approach of this administration. It's contrary to the Constitution and basic democratic values.
Bahar Azmy, thank you for being with us, and please do stay close as far as the case as it proceeds. We'd love to stay in touch.
Thank you, Anna, for your attention to this case and recognizing its importance.